Hello there and welcome back. My name is Elena.
And I'm Fotios, and this is the Game Code.
And we've just finished Wayfarers of the South Tigris, and this is our review.
Yeah, this is a game designed by Shem, Phillips and J. Macdonald and published by Garphill Games. And we should say this is a review copy that they sent us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it.
We just finished the playthrough, which was very good. Elena beat my ass by far, 75 to 49, I think.
Well,
and if you want to watch it, it's here.
Yeah, you will have the review link over there if you want to watch the whole playthrough, or at least the beginning or the end.
But this is our discussion and our review of the game.
What do you think of the story of this game?
Well, I mean,
Do you want me to start?
Yes,
I can
you
start
start,
because
you
I really
start.
have
Yes,
an
you
opinion. I like to start when I have an opinion
Okay,
about something.
go for it, go for
so
it,
I think
yes.
I do have an opinion about this. I mean, we are a little bit biased because we do have in our collection some of these games, and we like them very much.
From other trilogies, yes.
From different trilogies, and we've tried most of them as well. And we cherish these games, and we're quite fond of them. This game has I think it has an amazing theme, and I think it's very well integrated. I mean, look at this tableau. Look how beautiful it builds. It's beautiful.
It is a table hog at the end of the game.
Yes.
I mean, we don't even have the space to complete our panorama in a camera.
I mean, to be perfectly honest,
put it there just for the
only
sake of
because we're on camera on a normal day. I mean, I've never made this like big sausage, but on a normal day, we would, you can like spread across a little bit more. But the idea of, you're a wayfarer and it's around like Baghdad area, like ancient kind of, and you're exploring the land and you're exploring the sky and the sea, and you're documenting everything in your journal.
Yes.
I think the idea behind it was so catchy and so nice. And then with all this tableau that you're building, and it's all very beautiful with the waters around, with the skies on top, with all the buildings. I mean, I really like it very much.
And can I say something about, on top of what you say, is like the conditions here to progress on the journal. It really builds on what you have done, so you cannot document on the journal things that you haven't done. Mm-hmm. So if you have, let's say, 4 harbours, that's the condition to progress on the journal, because you have harbour experience, whatever. So you can talk about it, you can journal about it, you can document this, which is cool.
So I think it's a bit catchy, and I think I like it very much. I couldn't see how somebody wouldn't like it. It's an amazing theme, and I really like it.
Now, the rulebook is quite clear, as always. There are a couple of nitpicky things that didn't make much sense to me. So, for instance, the rulebook says that on the setup you have to take a number of tiles of each technology type equal to the number of players. But to the best of my knowledge, it never says if you can acquire both of them as one player, or it's like you have a limit. So I can take one, Elena can take the other, and that's it. So that's not clear to me. But generally speaking, it's a quite clear and well-written rulebook. Yes.
We played with, it's one each, if anything. Whether this is correct or is not correct, this is what we played. Let us know if it's incorrect.
Yeah, but the rulebook is, as I said, quite clear in all the trilogy, and it really helps. Because iconography is kind of consistent across the whole series, so coins, provisions, everything is consistent, so the game has no language and doesn't need any language whatsoever. Everything is clear. You play it once. If you have played other games like Architects or Paladins or Viscounts,
it's all coming back, really. Exactly. I mean, apart from some new ones, but they're kind of self-explanatory, aren't they? Talking about that, I've just realized this game looks pretty language independent, really.
It is completely
There is, apart from a name on the card, like a merchant, all of it is language independent, which is awesome. Yeah. Speaking about continuity from the other series, art is exactly the same as in the other series. You would look at a character and say, oh, I know this character is from so-and-so game. So it's so like, especially if you like the games or you've played some of Garphill Games games, then it's like a breath of fresh air.
It's not here for some reason the credits, but I think there it is. The illustration is by Michalo Dimitrievski, which I think they call him Miko, and this very distinctive art with the faces being depicted in a particular way, the characters and so on and so forth.
It is. It's a particular thing. It's a particular art, whether you like it or you don't like it.
Even if you don't like the art, though, whatever you create in the game, this
is
very satisfying.
It's beautiful.
It's very satisfying.
I'm really
even if you don't like it, you cannot not like this.
I know.
How the cards go together. Yes. Let's talk about mechanics.
What do you want to talk about mechanics?
I really like the double worker placement after the game. You have dice placement and you have actual worker placement. The dice is yours, the workers are not yours. The workers are common, and whoever takes the card, anybody can retrieve them, which is quite nice. I really like how different positions are more powerful. These are more powerful, this is the least powerful. I really like how you build your own positions here to put your dice. I really like how you create your caravan and you build the abilities of the dice and the tags. All of this I really like, mechanics-wise.
There is, we're suckers for worker placement, so this kind of works for us quite well. I think we've been already fairly vocal on the fact that we like the game and it's a great game, and it's just a great game.
Yeah.
It's just a great game. I think there is nothing that actually, from a mechanic perspective, that actually, upsets me, but it has good mechanics in it.
There's also a bit of drafting, a bit of market, and you can see here several cards here. You have the town fox, you have the space, the land, the sea, the inspiration, and there is also competition also for these cards. There's also this race element here, I would say. It's not necessarily whoever goes there wins.
Correct. When we first played the game, I saw the track in the middle and I instantly thought, oh, Arnak, I need to race. I don't know why I thought that way. And I raced through it and...
You lost.
I lost. Terribly.
Not like today, right?
Oh, today, look at my tableau. I don't even have space to put it on.
It's amazing. Player count, the game plays from 1 to 4. We have played it at 2 and 3, and it's very good at both player counts, with one complaint which we'll go to later in a second.
Yeah, we'll say the yays and the nays.
Yeah, it has also a solo mode, and I will do that here. I will do this, I'll destroy my tableau here. This has a solo mode, and you can play also solo. Apparently it's a good solo, but we haven't tried it, so that's that. Yeah.
Replayability?
Well,
it has plenty of cards.
It has plenty of cards. In a two-player game, you see most of the cards are still here. Also, the tableaus that we get, they're a bit different when it comes to the caravans, what benefits you get here, what bonuses you get when you put the tiles.
I think the replayability is mainly drawn by the cards that come out, because this will dictate your game.
Yeah.
And you're going to build your strategy around what cards are available and what cards you can actually acquire, because if they're not out, you're not going to build anything.
You are correct, because if you have now that action here, which allowed you to buy inexpensive blue cards, you build your strategy around that.
Correct.
You did a lot of open water, a lot of harbors, and that was you. Replayability, otherwise, the board comes in 3 sections, and each section has 2 sides, so you can mix and match.
So that's pretty good,
yeah.
I would say.
So, shall we go to the what
the
we
yays?
Like? Yes, the
Let's
yays
go
and
to the
nays.
yays.
Yes and nays. Yays.
Yays. Look what you create. Look at this gorgeousness.
Yes.
I don't think I have seen it anywhere, and maybe I'm just not paying much attention, but I don't think I've seen anything like this, where you build with your cards up and down and everywhere. Around.
It feels very satisfying.
It just feels very satisfying when you build them all around. Obviously, the actions themselves and everything, but I think the main catch was this.
It feels like you're exploring.
Yes.
This is how it feels.
It's super. Yeah. I really like this aspect of the game. It's amazing.
For me, double worker placement, dice manipulation, worker placement, perfect. Very unique, very nice. I really like it.
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh. Yes.
Give me an A.
An A. Well, I have a big name about the game. The fact that the cards do not refresh. And it's especially, okay, when you want to buy a land card or a sea card, you have the option to spend another provision, or if you have the pigeon, not spend the provision, to also look at these 3 cards if you want, like to buy from these cards instead of the market. But there is no way to refresh the cards of the town fox, and there is no way to refresh the cards for space and inspiration. And this is quite a big minus, especially in a 2-player game.
Yeah, we played it in 3, and I don't think it was much of a big deal at that point, because there were many of us buying cards at the same time,
correct.
Wasn't it?
They go through more, yes.
Yeah, but in 2, you kind of get stuck. So when we played in 2 and we got stuck, we just house ruled it, and we discarded at the end of the round. We discarded the last card that was not used, and then, shuffled them a little bit that way.
In our game, for instance, we had a case that had 4 Vista cards there, and none of us had a Vista card.
Yeah.
And this is not. And I bought a Vista card to buy the town fox to keep that going, basically, because that element of the game was a bit stuck. So I would like to see. I don't know. Maybe
pay something to discard the whole lot and get some new ones.
Or even a particular columns of the journaling refresh all the cards or something like that. Refresh all the markets.
I don't know, but yeah, that is an issue, isn't it?
That for me is an A, yes.
Mine A would probably be around the combination of... Oh, can I just borrow it so I will show you exactly what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
There's the box somewhere.
There you go.
The combination of the insert that the box comes with, which looks beautiful to begin with, but it has these little tiles over here, and they're so, unless you like pinch them all at once and then they all spread everywhere, and you just have to fish one at a time to put them out, and then you put them on the board, and then they're fiddly on the board, and that's, oh my goodness, it's such a nightmare. And then you have to have the cards which go everywhere. Don't get me wrong, beautiful, because that was my main yay, but to tuck another, like we have this mat which kind of helps, but if you don't, then tuck one and another and under another and under another, and then it just gets messy and it's annoying.
A bit fiddly, yes, it's a bit fiddly.
It's a bit fiddly. I mean, it's not really a problem or an issue. Like, I played the game and I enjoyed it, but it's a bit fiddly and annoying.
Yeah, but when it comes to this insert, my fingers do not fit in this in this finger holder, so I let Elena set up the tiles.
It's about dexterity, isn't it?
Okay, dexterity. But I think there are not many points for me, negatives in the game. I like the game overall quite a lot. I don't think I like the game as much as, for instance, Paladins.
It does remind me of that, to be perfectly honest. I feel this game gives me the feel of Paladins, but without the, you get the King's Orders that you have to fulfill at the end. This is the idea of Paladins, and then you work around them. Here, you get your King Orders, you get your own tableau that you want to build, and then you build around that.
Yes.
So sometimes...
It's more open in the sense.
It's more open, so you can choose what you want to do, which in a way is good, but if you're a little bit, your mind wanders, then you will end up not doing much. It's still a very good game. Like, I would gladly play it anytime.
Yes.
Of course, I won. Look at that.
So yeah, with other game recommendations, I mean, if you like this kind of game, I think you most likely are going to like Paladins or Viscounts of the West Kingdom.
One,
from the same designers, from the same publishers. And obviously there is also now the Scholars of the South Tigris that is coming up. It's I think there was a Kickstarter campaign a few months ago, so it's going to be fulfilled maybe late 2023.
Did we back it up?
Yeah, of course. So yeah,
this is us and our Wayfarers of the South Tigris.
Thank you so much for watching our videos.
I hope you enjoyed it.
See you later.
Bye.